Hi, what's up, everybody? My name is Lo, and I'm the owner and creator of Nameless Esports. And today, we got a motherfucker bomber. I'm telling you, we're here today. Let me introduce everybody first to my boy CJ Feast right here, killing it, coming up, COD player right now. Somebody to watch out for. Oh, again, I don't know where the Discord pictures are. I'll put a label on it so you guys will name on it. And then, second but not least, a lot of people you might know her. She goes by T, but you want to introduce your name. If you don't, let's just keep it with T. Because
T.
so yeah, T. So they're going to be joining us today's podcast, and today's podcast is going to be a little different. We're going to be speaking about some drama, some things surrounding a lot of people's different lives. You know, mental health and situations. Be careful on Twitter, and what's it about on being a girl COD player, I guess. So with that, I'm gonna start off this first little question to T, and just leave it off there. How do you feel about being a e-girl COD player in an environment where men are primarily dominant in?
I mean, it's kind of complicated trying to keep up. Cause like I mean, even looking for teams before, it was kind of like difficult because it's like everyone's like, oh, go here, or they'll like turn you down because they don't think like you're good enough or your skill is good enough, or they like they don't they don't realize how much determination certain e-girls have because it's kind of like obviously a male dominant game, and because it's always been. I mean, it's changing now, but it's kind of hard,
Do,
but if you get where you want to be when you work hard for it, so
do you feel like do you have to work like 10 times harder just because you're a girl?
um,
Like, even if you're cracked, do you feel like the innuendo of you just being a female just automatically pushes any like good opportunity away just because you're an e-girl and there's not an e-girl pro gamer right now?
right now, yeah, but in a way, it's kind of difficult too because you kind of have to like you have to look at what's best for yourself within like if like they actually want you there to like be on the team, like not just for their own interests or whatever.
Right.
Um, and like it's even if you're like cracked too, I mean at the end of the day, like if there's a good org and they want a good strong team, like they'll give you a try, but like it's very difficult trying to find those orgs because most of them just want to be like strong male team. Because I found like many
Right.
teams like with girls too, and it's like, oh, keep them separated or whatever, or like, oh, try out for an all girls team, like they'll send you the other way to like a girls team. But
And I think that's kind of whack though, because we had two girls in our team here, and they were monsters. They were really, really good players. And I feel like at the tier level that we were playing with right at that moment, they were literally there. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it just really sucks though, because I think that you guys don't even have support of your own community. Like, being an e-girl really sucks because you're not only competing with players like male players that are, getting that false innuendo on you, you also have female players hating on you for no particular reason. Have you
literally.
ever experienced that, like
I
during
mean,
your league plays and stuff?
I have. It was more of when I was playing Modern Warfare because it's like more of because I did start off in pubs, not like CDL and everything first. And you know, like when you find girls, it's generally like there a lot of the time if it's not like even some competitive girls are like this too, but like they kind of want to be the only girl there, or they think that they're better than you, even
Oh,
if like you get shit on by them
territorial.
by anyway. Yeah, like a lot of girls are territorial, but like I mean when you start getting to know like a lot of comp girls. Like most of them are really sweet girls and everything too, but like there's also a lot of girls that like they have their own cliques. So it's like
Right.
you have to be like
It's
to their
impossible,
level.
pretty
Yeah, I
much.
mean, it's kind of hard to like get accepted, but like you gotta like do your own thing, but like not complete like put yourself out there, but like not completely put yourself out there because you don't want to like
Right.
make it seem like you know.
Yeah, it's like, you're better than other people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Thema, you got any questions?
Yeah, I just have one. I actually have one for Feast. So, we know you do coaching and stuff like that. Have you ever ran into any like girls while coaching and trying to coaching them? Is there any difference like between them?
I actually haven't had any girls either play for me or even like try out for any teams that I've coached or played on. So like it's a area that I haven't even reached yet. So I couldn't imagine like how it is. Um, Honestly, like hearing her talk about it and stuff, I feel like there's probably a lot of people out there like when they see like okay, there's a e-girl coming, like probably like two options probably come to mind. Like they most likely just because of the way society is, like they don't think like oh she's gonna be cracked at the game. Let's actually like give her a solid chance.
Hmm.
I feel like most of the time it's probably like a we could use her, have the clout because everybody like
She's a
watches e
girl.
girls, or B we just turn her away because there's no way she's gonna be good, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I feel like those are like the two paths that usually get taken, but like
Well,
I haven't
there's
even
a
had that
secret path
chance.
too. You got to be careful with that one. There's a secret path. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people, and I'm just gonna be blunt and just break the ice right now. There's a lot of people out here right now that click up with pretty girls that they just want to show off, that they just give them false illusions. Like, let's say like I see a pretty girl and I'm cracked, right? And I give them the false illusion of everything that possibly I can give them. I can train you up, you can be good, you can do this. Because honestly, e-girls mentality isn't the same mentality as a male. When we look at girls on Twitter, we say ooh. When females look at things, no, for real, like when females look at things on Twitter, they're looking for an opportunity to shine. They're looking for opportunity to do something different compared to our mentality. So you got to be careful with people out there that just come into your life that say something that don't really mean it and just using you for the fact that you are an e-girl. Hence why there's a lot of e-girls right now that don't show a lot of pictures, who are very adamant about the things that they do online. Have you experienced that though?
I mean,
See?
so I was actually teamed up with a few girls too, recently, and we were looking to like join an org like together, because the women's league is gonna be a thing soon enough.
Very much.
And it was funny because we were talking to them, and they were like, we want to take you guys individually, but only like two or three of you because of your platforms." Um,
Oh wow.
yeah. So then we were like, we literally just talked to you guys and you wanted us as a comp team. And they were like, no, like, it was kind of
We
lost
just
in
want
the
the
air.
face.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
And
thing. That's the. Go ahead. Go ahead, Stevie.
I was just gonna say, that's honestly the worst thing spread out through any kind of game. I've played a lot of competitive games, whether it was League of Legends, Valorant, CS:GO, COD, Halo, a lot of things. And the biggest thing you're always going to have, especially everybody knows it, is that when women try to come into the scene and try to do certain things, the biggest thing that people will chase after is the new Pokemon, the new this, the new that.
Yeah.
They want a girl they can put on stream, make them revenue, and that's pretty much about it. And that's cool if the girl wants to go their own way. I mean, if they want to go off and do their own thing, then that's great. Let them do what they want to do. They're just people like me and you. But if you have a
Yeah.
girl coming in there serious, wants to play, wants to try out, give her any opportunity like you do anybody else. Simple as that.
Right. Well, they got against them too, though. They got like not only the fact that they're girls, not only that, it's the fact that their own girl partners are actually going out there and promoting themselves in a negative manner, which gives them, the girls that don't do that, literally just no chances at all. Like when you got a girl posting, "Hey, look, I'm about to play Apex in a minute," and her little screen for streaming is like, some TikTok yoga pants that, whatever. Like, guys ain't gonna think, oh yeah, Apex, yeah. They're gonna just click and they're just gonna give views, and then and it's true. It's true. The fact it is true, and it gives girls that don't do that really bad taste in their mouth and stuff like that, and that's really gotta be careful. Um, Next topic, I'm just gonna predators. We're talking about predators, all right? And I'm talking about this because it's a very big part of our COD community, right? Male COD community org owner that's listening to a female saying that they want their scene to be put out into the limelight more. There's nothing but help that I want to do because I believe it. It's about time we get a nice little girl like in an optic team or something. Like it's gonna be cracked. Like that's crazy. I don't see any problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But You have to be careful online about predators, people who just take advantage of you, people who have no intentions of doing anything right for you. And then you got to be careful with those man childs out there. There's a lot of man childs out there, men who are of age, but then act like children, like babies. And to the COD female community that's out there, if you're listening to me, men will always try to look badass in front of you, no matter what. We'll always try to look bad, even if we don't, and even if we're not, we're gonna manifest something to make sure that we look badass or something. If we're in a map and we're playing and I lose, it's because of my internet. It's not because of my fucking stick. You hear me? And
Yeah.
learn how to pick that up for men, because you're going to have a lot of targets on your back in this COD community with men that don't give a fuck and really just want to manipulate and use people like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It comes really stressful to people and it affects people's mental health.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the biggest thing about mental health is that a lot of people
It
tend to forget
it
about it.
sucks, man. I have a lot of good friends of mine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, go ahead, go into it a little bit, but it's it's something that we definitely need to talk about as a community and be safe and prepare ourselves for that.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are tired of hearing about the mental health situation with in America and just in general in life. I mean, I experience it in my everyday life, whether I'm at work, whether I'm here, whether I'm there. Everybody's dealing with their own things. And if you are one of those people who are going through that, it's sad. I've gone through it. I'm pretty sure people in here have gone through it, especially through this COVID situation. I mean, it messed a lot of things up for people. It sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Playing video games is how we deal with it. Everybody in this room, we all play video games to escape away from that side of ordeal that hurts us. Because I mean, out there in the real world, when it comes down to it, a lot of kids may still watch this or see things like this. I mean, when you
We've
start
been
growing
through it.
up, yeah,
Yeah, we've been through it. Like I've been through it. I mean, I got PTSD. Like I man, I don't like really messing with a lot of people with my mental health. And honestly, gaming and running this organization and even the stress stuff that comes in with this organization is very accepting, because I like it. It's better than the stress of my real world. You know what I'm saying? Of the things that I really got to do, and the bills that I really got to do, and the person that I really got to
yeah,
be. You know what I mean? I got to be a father. I got to be a husband, and that's more than just being a better org owner. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
And I mean, for
in the same
Feast,
time, yeah,
yeah, and I mean, like for you, Feast, like just being a player and trying to be a coach and things like that, like just for you, what are some of the things you run into while trying to do that?
You get like a bunch of stuff just like I mean, it's like, yeah, video games are your escape from like reality. It's where you go to chill out. Like, it's not supposed to be the stressful part. And then you get into stuff like coaching or trying to be like a competitive player. And then you just run into like more stress. You run into
right,
like from the coaching aspect, okay, well, you got to go through and sit down with each of your players and you have to talk about, okay, this is where you got to pick up, this is where you got to do this is where you got to do that. Schedule like specific times. Like, I already got enough stuff going on in my day. I go to school every day. I go to work every day. And then, crap, now I got to schedule with these guys what time to get on and play video games with them or watch them play
right,
video games. And it's not like,
right.
okay, like I'm watching video games. It's not too stressful, right? It's like, well, I'm sitting here and I have to be able to
Well,
answer
yeah,
every question these guys have of why they got killed in this spot or something. Like,
yeah, right. Go back like 2 minutes in the match already. You want to go back, where there's 30 seconds. Like, hey, on that start, what did we do wrong? It's like, oh,
yeah, honestly, and it's like it's supposed to, like it gets rid of the whole yeah. Let me get on. Let me turn on my Xbox. Let me turn on my PlayStation, my PC. Just go let loose, have some fun, play video games, and it's like nope. Instead, like yeah, let me turn these systems on so I can sit here and grind my heart out and sit here and help these guys so that they can get better. And it just keeps on like building up. Sorry,
Yeah,
keeps on like building up, and it's why like I don't compete anymore. Like I just gave that up because I'm like, dude, after work, I'm like the last thing I want to go do is go like give it 100%, 110% playing with these guys and just like everything has to be perfect rather than let's go home, let's freaking
it's just stress.
crack open a cold one, throw on some Call of Duty and just play some pubs, have fun. Like
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
just not the
Oh,
same when you're
oh,
competing.
old. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
definitely stressful.
and it's
Definitely stressful.
and I think like the biggest thing is like this comes to say for everyone in here, like, you know, we're trying to turn something that we love and have fun doing into reality and coming into, you know, making this our job and maybe our future, because this is something, for me for instance, I know I've played video games my entire life. You know, it's something I would love to turn into my life and into making money, and I'm pretty sure everybody in this call would. And that's what we're trying to bring
Yeah.
into, is like show people who are trying to make something of themselves with something they love, because I mean in real world it's hard. I mean, this is something you have to deal with every day. I mean,
Yeah, but
everybody has something.
that comes with a lot of things that he was saying too about being stressful, man. That's a lot of work to do that too. Like to actually go after your dream is work. Like honestly. And that's
Hmm.
the thing that's a lot of people really don't understand. Like there's people who start off in the game and they'll say, "Hey, I want to start being a comp player." And when it gets to that bottleneck stage where you got to actually start performing, right, and doing things that you have to do, it becomes very stressful. And some people break. Some people can't handle the amount of stress. That's why everybody who says, "Oh, I can be in a pro point team players," no, you can't. They scrim for like 9 hours a day straight back to
Right.
back, and they really
Yeah.
get on your ass
Well,
about shit. Like, yeah,
and then you have like everybody like on the outside, or like when you're younger, like you have your family members, are like, it's video games.
oh
Like, what are you doing?
yeah,
It's not that stressful. It's video games. You go on and play. It's a waste of time. Like this and that. It's like you get on. We're playing for hours. We're freaking stressed. Like we're sitting here, we're sweating when we're playing. Like when you're competing, you're
yeah,
sweating.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like
You're stressed,
it's not
and
just
yeah,
fun at
it's
this
like
point.
you're
Like
working out. Yeah, it's definitely something that you have to do, man. Are there ways for you or like that helps you relieve stress? Like, do you go and cope to a different game, or do you just back up? Like, what are the one of the ways that you'll like as a COD gamer?
some of the things that like I'll do, because like I mean, you'll get on, you'll play with your teammates and stuff, and then I mean, let's just say we had like a really crappy scrim and everybody's vibes are just gone. It's like, okay, well now we're all down, we're all pissed off. It's like, but you don't want to go to bed like that, because I mean that's just not going to help you, like as a team and like personally. That's not going to help your mental health, going to bed pissed off. We'll go find a game that's not Call of Duty that we play, and we'll just go vibe and play with that, have fun, laugh it off. It's like, yeah, we're not grinding like COD. It's like, but I mean,
You're
it's
just
also
playing
not
video games.
right. It's also not
Yeah,
counterproductive, because it's like you're still growing with your team, you're growing
you're building.
chemistry,
Yeah, yeah,
and you're
yeah,
not
exactly.
having that stress of having to actually try.
Yeah.
And that's usually
So
something that
one
we
of the
go do.
main things you would so one of the main things you would suggest to any other teams out there or coaches or players that are experiencing some stress or some what they call it burnout from Call of Duty
Yeah,
is just to take a couple of take a couple days or a day or whatever and go play some different games with your boys
yeah,
or go do
definitely
something.
get off
Yeah,
COD, go play something else for a
yeah.
little bit.
I had something like that similar a while back ago, but it never came into fruition because situations happen. But I had it where like I wanted once a month that I was gonna like screen share my computer and I was gonna rent a really good new movie, and we were just gonna be in there and bullshit and just watch it together. You know what I mean? So we can
Mhm.
just vibe and learn how to be. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's it's part of big businesses also when they have companies that are very stressful. They have those stress officers and they go talk to you and ask you like, hey, are you doing good or whatever, because stressful situations happen. I think we need to incorporate that with esports and stuff like that. What do you deal with a lot of things with stress and drama and problems that just come up to you to being in your predicament? Is it just the block button?
No, no. I mean, I like to see like what's going on and everything. I mean, blocking things out, it's very easy for me. I can't say the same for other e-girls because I've been playing video games for a long time, for like years. So like I mean, and I know how to take everything differently. But it is a lot of stress. Like trying to be as good as the guys or just getting better and just doubting yourself. I mean, I doubt myself almost every day when I'm playing. So it's like, oh shit, I did this wrong. But like, I also learn
Right,
from it at the end of the day. It's like, what did I do wrong? Like, how can I get better? I mean, I'm always.
right,
It's stressful trying to like scrim and like play with people, and obviously like I mean, sometimes like there's people lose phone on
Do
each
you
other
guys get
too.
bullied?
I
Like,
mean,
I mean, we get bullied. Well, I wouldn't say what we do is bullying because we just like that's COD when we
yeah,
tell people like you're trash or whatever. But do you guys take it differently? Like if another female sits there and says, "Oh my God, T, like no shit, you are trash." Like, do
yeah.
you take it
I mean,
differently?
it depends. Like, I mean, generally with guys, like, I don't really like. I mean, obviously, like, guys are gonna be guys and like say dumb shit to girls. And I don't really. It kind of like just goes off the shoulder. It doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, I mean, whether I kick your ass or not, I'm still trying. But like with
Right,
girls, it's like it's kind of annoying because like you're in a girls community, but you're also all there to do the one thing is to get better and get somewhere with your career.
right,
And like certain girls, I mean, I guess it can depend on like your relationship with the girls, but at the end of the day, like it really shouldn't matter if like this girl says you're trash because it's like maybe she doesn't know how you play or maybe she does, but she has an ego and maybe her ego
yeah.
doesn't belong to be there.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you have
100%.
do you have a PSA? Do you have a PSA to females in the COD community? Anything that you want to say? Anything you want to get off your chest? Warning, maybes, or
I mean,
advice?
just like just be careful of like who you talk to because like people can be so manipulating and like online girls like they can be very easily manipulated or like used and it's like because it's like people can speak talk you especially guys and girls like girls do it too but it's like you have to be careful of who you talk to like online like Twitter like COD anything because it's like your personal information, who you get close with, because you never know what they can do. Like it's social media,
Right,
you never know like who will turn on you or who will try to use you or who's actually like knocked in the head. Like
right. Do you have you experienced that a lot
I
during
have,
your career of COD, from the
I
beginning to right now?
I've experienced a lot of like like you said earlier, like guys that just like want to be badasses or like and then like they actually turn out to be somebody that they're not and like manipulating and it's kind of sad because it's like you and then you expect something different with the next person but like then you do realize the people like after like it happening a lot you do realize who's actually there and who's not like crazy in the head or like
Right.
anything eventually.
Hey, Steamy, what do you feel about what she thinks, or Feast Steamy? What do you think about what she says about the image that we're portraying against these e-girls on Twitter and this COD community?
Well,
Not in particular you
yeah.
guys, but just us as men.
Well, I think for me, like, hopefully we can get away from the entire aspect of, because when we say e-girls, we're not trying to, throw a name on people like that or anything.
Yeah,
It's the
I
main
only
thing
used
is,
it because I just found out what it was.
yeah, it's mainly we're just calling it that simply because that's what most people refer to them as, and and a lot of them refer to themselves as that. It's no hate because I mean we're dirty gamers, dirty trash gamers. Remember DHG back in the day with
Yeah.
Halo and then KSI and stuff like that.
Hmm.
We're all known. I mean, where this is a grimy place. I mean, you're gonna get kicked off teams, you're gonna join teams, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that, and I mean, hopefully we get to a point where we're just people playing a video game. We're all
We're just a
just
bunch of old grimy ass motherfuckers together instead of just be
yeah, just e
just
girls,
bunch
e
of
boys. Hopefully
all
we're
of them.
just
We're
known
just
as we're just grimy
yeah,
people trying to make a way in life with something we really love. That's really all we are. We're just trying to move forward, focus, and try to help as many people out as we can, especially with CJ and him coaching and trying to help other people, you with the org, me with helping people with setups and builds on their computers. T over here doing her thing, helping people out, playing with them, learning her game, doing better in general. I mean, it's all we just all got to work together. That's the biggest thing I can say.
hell yeah, hell yeah. And I'm happy that we actually had a conversation about everything like that, man. And we'll talk about this last little bit because we got like 15 minutes, maybe, or 20 minutes before Mrs. T got to go do a little tournament. So if you're watching this video, if you haven't seen it, go check your shit out, subscribe, follow that stuff. But to leave it on a better note, we could talk about this 20 minutes. What do you guys think about this back to back 0-3 optic and then today 3-0? Like, what is going on with my boys?
Man,
What?
Man,
They hit a
Time to
rough patch there.
let's talk
no
about the
T2P.
Dallas fan. Let's talk about the Dallas fan. What you feel
What?
about everything? What you feel about everything?
I'm
What
feeling
happened to
pretty
Dallas? Did they
good.
get won?
No, Dallas 3-0'd. They did good. Illy stepped back up. Illy was doing a little rough the last week, but he stepped back up today. He did some good work. Shots he popped off. Hook, I mean, Hook's amazing as always. Krim was a little
Yeah,
iffy
he
today
might be
though.
over there.
Krim didn't do too many pop offs, especially not in search where he usually does. But dude, just them winning search in general.
How do,
Whew,
how do you
Just
think
see,
Krim's gonna do in the
man, it's
next
a
COD?
that's a
oh
great
man.
question, dude. I'll be surprised if Krim still keeps on grinding it out. Like even him
Me
coming
too,
back
because
this COD, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's
yeah,
a
Formal
vet.
and fucking Scum on that podcast already just pounded each other talking about the next game's gonna be World War II. We're good. Time to retire. No TTP. T2R. Time to retire.
Should be interesting what happens with this next one.
Yeah, I mean, on
It's
Optic,
definitely
you got two major people. You got Formal and you have Scump, and like these are people who've been around for a long time in competitive scenes. You know, how much longer are they gonna play? I mean, are they gonna have prodigies, people that take over for them? Like, I know Simp is not a completely new player, but he's coming up, and I mean, he's been known as one of the best for two CODs now. I mean,
oh,
like
that whole team is crazy. They're undefeated right now. What's your favorite
Yeah.
team, T? Gotta get in the conversation. Like,
Optic.
what's up? What you feeling about the CDL?
Yeah, an optic.
I'm an Optic
Yeah.
fan.
Are you? Who
Yeah.
do you like the most?
Gump, of course.
Scumpy?
okay,
That's
okay.
what's
You can't
So that-
you can't hate on that. Scump is just a cool dude, man. Dude,
I mean,
he brought it all up.
I always watch him. Like whenever he streams and I see him not doing nothing, I'm like, okay, let me watch.
Is it because he's really good, or is it just Scumpy's personality?
Well, it's kind of both. Like I enjoy watching COD. Like all I really like watching is like people play. But at the same time, like he's such an enjoyable person to watch. Like I just
Here's
enjoy his company, even though it's not here.
Yeah.
Here's a comment. Here's a comment that I want to. It's based off this too about good players or not. I recently was scrolling through my Twitter, right, and I came across this tweet. I'm not gonna say who tweeted it, but it said, how can you think that I will be even attracted to you if I play better than you? I don't know who wrote that. I'm just saying it's like I can't be with you if you don't play better than that. Is that same? Do you think that same thought process is in a lot of Egirl COD players? If once
mean-
they see a player that's really good, they'll be like, "Oh, hey."
It's not really more so like I mean obviously like girls are like, oh, he's good at the game, like, but I see it towards like if you can't how I see it, I mean, it's like if you at the end of the day, if you don't have like the same inspiration to, like or like dedication to the game that I have, I
Right.
can't be with you because if you can't help me get better and I can't help you get better and we can't work together, I mean,
It's gonna get it's one way to the top, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
but yeah,
Oh, there's one
that's
more
what's
thing I want to say. I want to shout out number one because I feel a lot of people leave this out. I want to give a shout out to definitely Nade Shot because, like, for me and I know everybody else as well, Nade Shot is really put a platform for all of us. Definitely with streaming content and then went and creating his own org, LA Thieves. You know, I remember watching him way back in the day when I started getting into competitive COD and
Justin TV.
BO2. Yeah,
Before it was
everybody, man. Yeah, and Rambo, Major General or General, I forgot his entire name. It's been a while. Yeah, and Major
Jordan
Maniac, Jordan General.
One of
Thank you. Yeah, and it's like these people really created this for us, and we're allowing that to go forward. And I mean, like, I definitely inspire to be like Nate Shot more than anything because like he built an entire team. I'm repping his stuff right now. You know.
Nate Shot. Yeah, I mess with Nate Shot for sure. Is the only COD player right now that's ever retired and made actual organization inside the CDL, which is major. But you know what, man? I mean, I fuck with Nady, but oh heck, Hector's my man, bro. Well, it's because I'm not a player. You hear me?
Yeah.
Like it's not because I'm Hector. What he created and how determined he was when he sold it, and then how determined he was when he got it back. Like when he sold it, he put his chain in a little bag and wrote, "One day you'll get it back." And then he got that is so motivational for me. And the way he speaks, like I've watched Divisions all 3 seasons or whatever seasons they are. I've watched all of them. And the way he communicates, it's always a balance between business and friendship. It's always a business and friendship type of deal. You know what I mean? Now that he's rich and now that his company's big, of course he can come and start hiring Nick Maniac. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
Maniac. It's of course they can hire Karma back to just sit and relax. You know what I mean? Before it wasn't like that. It was a business. They got dropped. There's people that got dropped. Formal got dropped. Motherfucking A-Shot got dropped. There's a lot of good players that got dropped. So that's one of the things I like about Hector, man. He really keeps it 100%. Little real G, OG technique. Oh, get it off the gating. OG. Oh shit. Okay.
Gotta have that balance between the friendship and the business,
yeah,
especially in
That
competitiveness.
actually that's hurts though, man. That really does hurt. I've as an org owner now, it does hurt because I've had a lot of people that were really good friends of mine that like literally spam my DMs. Well, I'll never go nowhere. I'll get your back. I've had people leave and come back, and I give them a chance, and they're like, "Oh, I appreciate it. I should have never done that," and then leave again, or
Yeah,
just do some shiesty ass shit behind my back, and I don't understand why. Because yeah, I got an attitude or the way I say certain things, but there's never been an opportunity or a time that anybody's ever came to me for help. I was being disrespectful or I didn't
right.
help them more. And there's no actually, as a matter of fact, there's not, I don't think there's actually, no, there's not one single female on Twitter that watching this that can say, oh yeah, he on some creeper shit. He on some,
yeah,
oh man, I was about to say, oh, I'm about to say the name. Oh, on some crazy shit. None, no female, none. Never took it across any white. Why? Because I'm org owner and I watch Jake Lucky every day and I see every day COD pro player or Valorant pro player caught with underage minors with pictures and shit, and then boom, your whole career's in. Like, I got a wife. I'm good. Yeah, you know, I can see and it's perfect, but focus. You know what I mean? Focus,
yeah.
focus.
Focus, definitely.
So Um, I will be the next Optic member. I'm just letting you know now.
Yeah,
I know you probably
yeah.
think
We'll
it,
see it.
but I will be
Okay,
to the
yeah.
audience that's looking at it. It's gonna be Optic Low. No,
Okay.
if you didn't know me before, I don't know you now. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna go around the table. The last little thing I want to talk about, it's the controversial last moment. If you want to say something out of whack or however you want to say, we'll start with the one above me, which is Steamy, and then we'll go to Feast, and then we'll go to the one that's next to me, which would be Mrs. T.
Okay.
Steamy, what's up, man? What's your controversial statement of the day, brother?
My
What's
controversial statement has got to be definitely don't go behind people's backs and do sketchy stuff.
that?
That's just wrong. We're here to work and help each other out
Be a
and
man
do things together.
or
Be a
woman.
man. Man, woman, doesn't matter. There's no reason to do sketchy shit. You be upfront with people, be honest, don't waste people's time. We've had people do that recently. We've had people do that in the past, and we're probably gonna have people do that in the future. It's just a part of it. People don't know how to be grown, but also, just be like what T said earlier. I mean, just be careful about who you talk to. People can lead you the wrong way, lead you down the wrong path, or even lead you into something you never even thought you're gonna get into in the first place. Um, but yeah, that's the main thing I gotta say about stuff.
the the
Yeah.
blade is double edged. Trust me. What's
I see what you did there.
Feast? Yeah, get it.
I mean, I'll just throw a message out to anybody that's like a team captain or like a coach. Something that a buddy of mine told me when I was making teams and starting to coach. Like if you want to make it somewhere, you want to get growing and have a good team. You gotta make your teammates your friends and not your friends your teammates. It is a huge
Right.
difference between the two. If you want to actually grow up and like glow up in the game. I mean, it's a big difference between doing those two different things. I mean, if you want to have your friends, you want to play with your friends, I mean, yeah, play pubs with them, play league play. But if you actually want to grow and get big, I mean, you find your good players, you make friends with them, and that's how you're going to build
Yeah,
a team.
exactly. That's why the community is so close. Or well, at least the pro COD community is so small, so grow because it's block age up there. So yeah,
Mhm.
you're right. That's a good thing. T, go girl. That's your moment, girl. That's your last little video. Gotta wait to the end.
I
What you
just have
gotta
to
say,
say,
girl?
this is for my e-girls. Girls support girls. I mean, it's really not hard. And like, watch who you talk to, because it's really scary. You never actually know who you're talking to at the end of the day. And like
No,
the other e-girls, the competitive girls, they're in the tourneys, whatever. They're trying to get somewhere too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Support each
We
other.
all gotta be supportive, man. E
Mhm.
girls, shout out to me. I'll help you with your little. Well, take that back. I'll still help you, but communication. If y'all want to be on the podcast or anything like that, hit me up. With that, I'm gonna conclude this podcast, man. I really appreciate you guys coming out and seeing this today. If you have any comments or statement, or you feel like anybody said something here that you didn't agree with, comment. You can comment it up. Not that no one's gonna care, but you can still do it. It's an option. All right. With that, I'll talk to you guys later. See you later.
Peace.
Adios.